Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. And good evening, everyone.
Well,
oh, we've got a little bit of extra music here. I'm having a most wonderful
piano.
It's a lovely piano. We'll listen to that later. But I might stop it right now. There we go. So Lynn and Farah. I guess you've seen Farah the last couple of weeks. Last week we had a lovely replay of the mantras and deities talk that we had earlier in the year. So I hope you all enjoyed that. Tonight we have a session on simplicity.
Yep.
Shivara, you've nicely thought up.
Yeah.
I will question you about that later.
Okay.
But of course, the first thing is, especially if you're joining us for the first time tonight, as you might have seen in our message we sent around, our main goal tonight is to have a lovely meditate together. So I guess the definition of meditation being that we stop thinking and go to a lovely place. That's the
Yeah.
short form of it. But I think it might be nice if we talk about how we got here to meditation, and the founder of this meditation, Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi. It'd be nice to kind of introduce to everyone who she is and how we got here.
Yep.
Farah.
Sounds good. So, so we tried to, we're trying to change how we do.
Keep the laptop away from the microphone.
Oh, we've got a bit of a sound issue. Technology and all that. Here we go.
So today we thought we'd talk more about the experience and get into the theory later. So Shri Mataji is going to explain a bit of the theory. So I have to explain who Shri Mataji is and why we are here as volunteers. You thought, I think it's also a good thing to explain.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
So in the 1970s, there was this golden era of spirituality. So where people, for some reason, became interested in themselves after the Industrial Revolution and things like that, where you became a machine.
And everyone called themselves a hippie?
The hippie, yeah. So when you're trying to find yourself, you go, So let's say you forgot a key in the house, yeah? But you forgot, you can't find the key, you go a little bit nuts. Where is the key? So all sorts of reactions come. Perhaps that is the kind of thing that happened there. However, the intention of it was people are trying to seek themselves in some ways. So what then happened is a lot of charlatans also took up that market opportunity.
Yeah, become business plans as opposed
to actually addressing the need.
Yeah.
Now, Shri Mataji is an interesting character because she's a mother, so she's not one of those who put orange robes and then took full-on spirituality for what it is. But she's a mother herself, so she felt in her heart that I will have to save these children from getting into the hands of, so to say, charlatans. Like a mother would do. You wouldn't want your children to go and spend time with the druggies, you see.
No.
Or the pub. So she meditated herself, and she was born with special qualities, as you will know, as you meditate with us. So what she then did is, she found a way to give that key to the people that they are seeking. And how do you do that?
It's a nice way of putting it, Bob.
And then, but other people had done it before too. So what happens then is other people, when they did it before Shri Mataji.
But it wasn't done in the same way.
Same way. So for example, she could put 1,000 people in a room and give the key, make them find the key themselves on the spot. That was not the way that was done before. The way it was done before was you bring 1,000 people in and you test them. You test them with extremities. Can they sit in water for years, or can they put their head down and legs up? And so that was the process of elimination, as they say in the competitive exams. It's not a process of acceptance, it's a process of elimination. Whoever was left in the end who was really interested, they would get the chance. So let's say out of 1,000 people, probably 990 run away. Then you have the 10. Out of those 10, whoever was capable of would be given the gift.
And then they had to make themselves purified,
worthy of it,
and imbalanced, not futuristic, not emotional, all of that.
So it's a very logical way of building up. Are you worthy of it? You learn the knowledge, and then you get your, so to say, the experience. So Shri Mataji flipped it. She said, all my children are nice. If they want it, they deserve it. So she gives the key without judging anyone. She just gives the key. So that's why she's a very special personality. Now then she gave the key to the first bunch of people. In the 1970s, she started in India, and then she went to England and so on.
Did it start in England?
1970s.
74 to England.
Before that,
she opened the Sasara in India.
In India, and then for a very few,
1974 went to India, to England. 16 years.
Okay.
So, because I saw some speeches in 70s. So then, so what she did is she people like Lynn was saying, hippies just got transformed very quickly, and they wanted to give that gift to others.
Did they get transformed though? Were they transformed? I just remember the hippies on the beach in Darwin in the Northern Territory, who used to live in tree houses, and there wasn't much spirituality happening there.
So who are the ones in England? The ones who got transformed?
I guess that's the few who who were actually not satisfied with just getting far out man drugged.
Yes.
Or alternate existence on a farm type atmosphere and living alternately, and
who didn't totally lose it by then, you mean to say? Some of them. Okay, right. So they got transformed. So I'm not saying all hippies, a selective group of hippies who were actually interested in the thing of seeking, who are not just doing it for the sake of doing, because everyone else is doing it, not the crowd. So they got transformed, and they wanted to tell it to others. And then Shri Mataji was highly encouraged, I think, to take patents in America to make it commercialized and so on.
People tried to encourage her to do that.
Yep.
I don't think she was
interested.
Up for it at all.
No. So she said, hey, you breathe, you don't pay. Whatever I have taught you, is going to give you the key for your own self. So you should have it. You ask for it, you'll have it. So that is why Sahaja Yoga has never been commercialized. Then comes to, so like, why do we do it?
Yeah.
I think it's just in a way of expressing our thanks, and then perhaps other people can benefit in the same way as we have done.
Yeah. I mean, when I first heard about, when I first heard Shri Mataji talking, it was like a thirst I'd had for a long time was finally quenched.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, that's what it is. Oh, I had that sort of feeling.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, that's a good way to explain it. Is that, sometimes you're thirsty, but you don't even know.
Yeah.
Or you're thirsty and let us say you don't know what water is, but you're thirsty and somebody gives water, you drink it and that satisfies you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is about Shri Mataji. So now in her own words, she has given thousands of speeches. In her own words, she is going to explain to the intellectuals, so to say, about the psychologists. So she gave a speech in America to Carl Jung Institute. So since we all think brain is bigger than anything else, so perhaps the reason why we pick that speech is that perhaps more of us can relate to it in the modern world.
That's the thing, though, isn't it? When you were saying that it's something simple, it's out of the talking and thinking sphere.
I mean, Shri Mataji spoke about it. I just stole the line in that speech. She's talking about the simplicity.
Okay.
So we'll play that. How about that?
Okay, play it now.
Yeah.
All right.
It's coming. Yeah, there you go. You need to pull it. No, you need to pull it because we switched it up. Towards your right.
Oh, gotcha. Is it 1981? No.
I can come on.
Is it this one? No.
No, this one.
Ah, okay. Doing things a different way, and hopefully it's going to. Your sharing screen is paused. It's done this to me once before.
1 second. 1 minute.
It pauses itself.
It's all right.
You'd think with two of this, we'd be twice as quick. Make this small so we can see where it is. That's my suggestion.
One second.
Only we could just find it again.
Is it in the
Folder. Yeah. Ah, there it is.
There you go. It's back there. Okay, it's coming up.
We really are getting there. Good to practice our thoughtless awareness at this point.
That's right. We need to.
So the play button's not working.
we need to. One second, sorry.
And just keep our attention inside ourselves.
Okay, so.
At the very outset, I have to confess that I have no academic interest in philosophy. And I much of Jung till he died, and there was a report about him in one of the Indian journals. And I felt that there was a great soul who has gone away. Now you are all great scholars and great intellectuals, while I am a simple housewife. And all that is simple is reality. Reality is not complicated. One must know is the most simple thing is reality. And the more simple we become, the easier it is for us to grasp the reality. Now to understand Jung's problem, I had no way out because I was not a student of psychology, but I got hold of some dictionary to know what he was meaning by saying unconscious and collective unconscious and all these words. Then later on in London, I met a Jungian, an Indian boy, studied in Oxford and all that, and then he became a psychiatrist also. He did his MBBS and then he became a psychiatrist. A very clever, intelligent person. And I found that because he had an Indian background, he could integrate properly, and he related to me all the beautiful things about Jung. Of course, he also brought Dr. Adler to meet me, who got somehow cured of his trouble, I think. And Dr. Adler gave me a book as a present, which was so complicated that I gave up. But he was a very nice man, I should say. And I found it difficult to explain to him. Because first of all, there are certain presumptions in our mind and certain conditioning for which we must really thank Freud also, because he is the one who could see that we have conditionings. That's one point about it. But he also could not go too far with him because he could only see one side of the human being, which he has described here, the left side. Now if you see the left side is there, as I shown, is the power of your desire. And the power of desire, naturally, he felt comes from sex, because the last chakra, as you see, this red one, is the chakra called Muladhara chakra, is the center of Muladhara, and is the one that looks after the excretion of the body. It deals with the pelvic plexus. Now, whatever I am telling you today, you should listen to it with an open mind. That's one request I have to make as a scientist. And secondly, that it is a hypothesis which I am putting before you, as far as you are concerned. You need not take it for granted at all, but keep your mind open. And secondly, that when you find that it is being proved now, whatever Jung has said can be proved, then you have to accept him as a person who knew quite a lot about self and about the collectivity. Now, you can see here very clearly that the one force that acts in us is the power of desire, left side. The right side one is the one that acts, the power of action. Now, in the center, can you see?
Which side is the left that you're
Left is this side, is the blue. All
The
right?
left facing us?
Yes, left face.
So the right
No,
side is
yes,
bottom.
yes. Left of the gentleman, the sitting there. All right. Yes, left side. Is the blue side.
This
all
is
right?
the this is the left side.
This is the left side. Now the right side, you see, is the yellow colored one, is the one that is the power of action. So now you may ask, what is Kundalini then? Kundalini is the pure desire. Now what is lacked in Lloyd's writing? Anything about purity. What is pure desire? You see, desire, like we want to have a house, is not pure because it doesn't give you full satisfaction. For example, if you, even economics has described that wants in general are not satiable. In particular, we think that, all right, I'll have a house, then you have a house, then you want to have a car, then you want to have a helicopter. God knows how it moves. So, any desire we have at human awareness is not pure desire. But this Kundalini is the pure desire. So the sense of purity, if it is missing, we cannot talk. Now this desire is put there, as you see, at the triangular bone. And this is there at 3.5 coils. Coils, so in Sanskrit is Kundala, that's why it is called Kundala. Now this pure desire is kept in the bone called sacrum. Now it's very significant. Sacrum in Greek language means sacred. That means Greek people also knew about this, that there is something sacred here. So that part of sacredness and auspiciousness is also missing. Now you clearly see here, there are 3 compartments I have seen. One on the left, one on the right, and one in the center. So it is not placed one on top of another. This is another mistake. It is vertical. This is one big mistake, that these are vertical. So for your ascent you have got a clear-cut passage. This one point. Second point is that when you say unconscious, means whatever is not conscious, whatever is not felt on your central nervous system is unconscious. All right. But it's a very mixture box. I mean, everything mixed up together. But what is the purity about it? If you say that the left side, according to Sahaja Yoga, the left side represents the desire. I would say Freud, though he was not so clear-cut, his libido. And beyond that is the subconscious and the collective subconscious. So the subconscious is not unconscious. Subconscious is unconscious because of the language problem. It's a language problem. Unconscious is such a big word because it is not conscious on our central nervous system. But that's not what we are bothered about. Subconscious is on one side, we can leave it on one side. Alright. Now on the other side, if you see, what we call as the power of action is the futuristic thing. So this side lies the future. We have first the supraconscious area and then the collective supraconscious. See, the difference is that if you say these things are one top of another, we make a very big mistake. That means that if we have to rise to our unconscious, of course rising is also not there. For them is to go down. The rising is not described, but what I have seen a picture of it is that the unconscious is below, the unconscious which will never become conscious, then the unconscious, and then the subconscious, and then the ego. Is rather confusing. Now you see that here, that one is the subconscious and the collective subconscious, and one is the supraconscious and the collective supraconscious. Now the top thing, there where you see these petals and all these things, is a lotus, is the super consciousness. That is the evolutionary ascent we have to achieve, is to become conscious of the super consciousness, which is really the collective consciousness. Now this has two aspects. To say Patanjali did not say about Kundalini, because at the time of Patanjali it was kept a secret, but he did write about after the ascent what happens very clearly. So the representation of the motherhood is here. This Kundalini is the mother, which he could see. And the father. Father is the one who rests on top of your head. So that is super consciousness. You have to become one with the whole. So that means you are aware of yourself as I becomes the whole. This has to happen. What is called as the second birth. Now you might say that why Moses didn't talk about it, or Abraham didn't talk about it. Because their job was, you see, they are all connected with each other. Only we are fighting. They are not. They are all together. But the trouble is when people do not have eyes to see, one might say the elephant is just a tail, or somebody might say that it's just the leg. But they are all one together. But this integration only takes place after you have got realization to understand that they say the same thing, they have done the same job. In a living process of a seed, you can see first the seed becomes the trunk. It has to become the trunk. That doesn't mean trunk is less important than the flower. So this is the trunk, we can call it here. All these great prophets like Moses and Abraham and all those people were born here. Establish the sustenance within us. It started from, also in India we had people, Janaka, Nanaka, and the end was the Shirdi Sai. There were 10 main incarnations of these people who came in this part, and they reside within us to give us the religion. Now the religion we talk of is outside religion, is myth, is mythic. But inside religion is like a valency. As we have a valency for carbon, 4 valencies, in the same way human beings have 10 valencies. And that's how we have got 10 commandments. And these 10 commandments relate to our 10 valencies within us, and that's what we do. That you maintain the balance. Because if you go too much to this side, then you go to the left side, then you fall a prey to subconscious, to collective subconscious. If you go too much to this side, you fall into the supraconscious and to the collective supraconscious. That's why the balance has to be maintained. Any vehicle which has to ascend, like say an aeroplane, if it is not in balance, it cannot ascend. To ascend, one has to maintain the balance, and that's why the religion, which is nothing but consciousness regulated by superconsciousness. Because these people came, according to us, they were incarnations of the primordial master. They didn't say so, because to say this is very dangerous. Anybody says, I am the incarnation of the primordial master, immediately either they'll poison you or they'll hang you by the nearest tree. See, that's what has been. I mean, nobody wants to listen to anyone who says something sensible or truthful. We have been doing that throughout, and of course you cannot crucify me this time, but there are lots of problems I face because I tell the truth. And the truth is that all of them who were born at this stage within us are looking after our religion, means our valencies, means our sustenance by which we are human beings.
So that was a very interesting talk. I hope you enjoyed that. The main point for me is that we want to enter into that.
Sharing. You can stop sharing.
We want to enter into the state of super consciousness. So that was a very interesting way Shri Mataji described the state of super consciousness, and we don't want to think about it.
So what actually the first line that Shri Mataji says is that I'm not really interested in the academic side of it, right? She starts it with that.
Yes.
And that is interesting. So we come from Canberra, where
There's a lot of thinking
a lot of thinking going on. And I was just thinking of this situation at work where you've been in the public service too, Lynn. So, you make standard operating procedures. There are so many standard operating procedures that you need another standard operating procedure to understand the existing standard operating procedures. So in the end, you just forget where you started, like what problem are you going to solve, kind of thing. So when
you get lost in the procedure.
Yeah.
Why was the procedure there in the first place?
So you forget it.
Reason is gone.
Gone. It's probably why some of the systems you have just don't work. And I feel when people are interested in their own spirit, you could buy a book on Freud, you can buy a book on Carl Jung, and then you start reading about supraconsciousness, and then you can read about this, and you can get very intellectual about it. And then you that becomes another intellectual gymnastics happening in the head, where you just, because that's
thought process as opposed to meditation. So
Shri Mataji explained about the left side and the right side, and the center she didn't get to, right side. And then she talked about primordial masters, which are 10. What is next part of the speech, which we couldn't play because of it being time-wise. So she talks about the spirit. So if all these books are read after you experience your spirit, then they make more sense.
Yeah.
So perhaps you could walk us through the process of self-realization.
Let's do that. So that is going into that area of super consciousness.
Try not to think about it. I just want to have the experience.
So basically, we're going above our thinking brain, and in the top of our head, where is our feeling brain.
Yeah.
So. And the short journey there is to go to our heart, where resides our spirit, and then just pop on up to our feeling brain. So try not to think about it too much, myself included. Let us just go there by closing our eyes for a moment, taking a few deep breaths. And we're trying to take our attention in on ourselves. So it's not on crazy things we're doing. It's not on what's happening outside, what's happening in the future, what's happening in the past. It's us right now. So let's just take a few breaths. In, hold it for a minute, let it go. Hold it in the out position for a minute, for a few seconds rather, not a minute. And then inhale. Just hold it for a second. Exhale. Just carry on like that for a few seconds. Okay, it's kind of just a bit of a reset, so we can open our eyes. So what we're going to do is take our attention, as opposed to our thoughts, to various areas of our body, which are energy centers or plexuses, where different qualities manifest in our life. We'll go to our heart, where resides our spirit, to start with. And we can even take our right hand on our heart. So our heart, the theory is that our spirit resides on the left side of our body, at the level of the heart. So our hand is there. We can look towards this picture of Shri Mataji in the middle of the screen, and the candle in front of her. And that just sort of steadies your thinking process as well. And we're going to just simply ask a question of ourselves. Who am I? Who is this I? Continue the breathing. We can take our hand down now to that area where all of the masters came that Shri Mataji was talking about in the talk, that big ground green area in the chart just above her photograph. So that's the area of the void. And here we're going to ask a fundamental question inside ourselves. Am I my own master? Which is a very loaded question to ask. Am I the master of myself? Which begs the question, or do I listen to other people's opinion of me, the going thought of what I should be doing, the fashion, social media, all these things that impact on our decision making? Am I my own master? And now let's drop that hand a little further. So it's the hip area where the body and the leg join. And we're still looking towards the bindi or the dot on Shri Mataji's head. That sort of silences thoughts even more, where the candle is. You can even just briefly look at the chart where the hip area is. You can see that the quality of that area is also written. But here we're asking, actually, it's adjacent to where our Kundalini, our mothering energy, that we mentioned before, resides. And we're asking to be connected to our mothering energy, to our Kundalini. So you can just even allow your eyes to close now for a minute, now that we've seen where we're going with our hand. Still breathing. And really from our heart, we want a desire for that pure energy, that pure Kundalini mothering energy to be awakened. And we can even ask the question, Mother Kundalini, please give me the pure knowledge of myself, which is a very big ask, but also very answerable by our Mother Kundalini. Mother Kundalini, please give me the enlightened knowledge of myself, my true self. So we're still breathing, and we're taking our hand back up to that green void area, which is just below our ribs, the upper part of our stomach. And we've got an answer now. We've asked our Mother Kundalini to awaken. And the answer we can now affirm to ourselves, our true selves, is that I am my own master. I am my own master. Let's come up to the heart again, with that hand on the left side, where our spirit resides, and our answer here to our fundamental question, who am I? I am the pure spirit. I am the pure spirit. So try to feel the truth of this statement. Continue breathing. I am the pure spirit. And we're going to take our hand up to where the neck and the shoulder join. still on the left side. And we'll just turn our head a little to the right so we can hold it nice and firmly. And as we pass through this energy center, this chakra, it gets blocked if we feel guilty about things. And unfortunately, we have a habit of feeling guilty about so many things. So let's just deny that. Simply by saying, I'm not guilty. And say it quite a few times to yourself, that I'm not guilty. I'm not guilty. A few more times, I'm not guilty. For whatever reason, doesn't matter. Nothing matters, really, with the spirit. We're ascending. I'm not guilty. I'm not guilty. Now the next center, another very important center. This is the gateway to our superconscious self. Let's just drop our forehead into the palm of our hand. It's that right hand. And this key that Vara was talking about before, the key to this door to our super self is to forgive. So let us simply to ourselves affirm that I forgive everyone. And very importantly, I forgive myself. I forgive everyone. So don't think of anyone in particular, but just I forgive everyone. And I forgive myself. Again, nothing matters. Whatever's been done to us is past. And we forgive. I forgive everyone. Everything, every thought, I forgive. Just really feeling that response in your heart, that relief of forgiving and letting go. I forgive everyone. We'll take it from behind as well, sort of super forgive. So our head is bending up backwards, and in the palm of the hand is the back of our head. And just to kind of take out anything we're worried about. We can say something like, or in your own words, if I've made any mistakes, please forgive me. In my search for reality, any mistakes I've made, please forgive me. And of course we are forgiven. But just in case there's something, we can say that. Please forgive me. Mother Kundalini, please forgive me. So it can be a big hurdle if we feel guilty about things and we have big things. They seem like big things, but they're not. And here we go up to the Sahasrara, that last center, the top feeling part of our brain. We'll stretch our palm out. You can open your eyes and have a little look. Stretching the fingers up, pushing the center of your palm onto the center of the top of your head. So it's the fontanelle area that was soft when you were a baby. Just pushing down and massaging the area. So we're moving it in a clockwise direction. Clockwise goes to left, forward, right, back. And here we're asking, Mother Kundalini, please give me my self-realization. Mother Kundalini, please establish and strengthen my self-realization. So whichever of those phrases is good for you, use it. Mother Kundalini, please give me my self-realization. And this request is from our heart. Please give me my self-realization. Please strengthen and establish my self-realization, my connection with the divine all around me. And let's just raise our hand. And you might feel a flow, a coolness, vibrations as we'll call them, just flowing out of that fontanelle area. Try with the other hand, change hands. So you bring the hand close and then take it up a little bit until you can feel a flow. So you may or may not feel it if it's your first time, but certainly if you've done it a few times before, you should be definitely feeling a flow of cool vibrations out of the top of your head. Now, keeping your attention at that spot where your hand was, just bring both hands back now on your lap open. And let's just go with that feeling for a while. Breathing in and out. And just feeling that flow on top of your head. Play a little bit of flute music, so just let that take you into the super consciousness area above the top of your head, the feeling part. Just slowly open our eyes. It's a short little meditate just to get the feel of it. We'll continue our meditation in a minute. But what might be nice, Farah, should we show a few of the little techniques that it's good for everyone to imbibe?
Yeah. So before that, Shri Mataji talked about the left and right channel.
Mm-hmm.
And she talked about the incarnations.
Mm.
What was left was the energy centers.
Mm.
So if you all can, for a minute or a few seconds, close your eyes again and observe what you're feeling on your fingertips. So what I mean by that is, just notice if you're feeling a sense of tingling, heat, cool, coming out from any of your fingers. Another thing to check would be like, are some of your fingers feeling a bit more stiff than the other fingers? So why I've asked that is, if you look in the chart behind you, it will zoom in a bit. So you'll see different colors in different fingers. So what that is that the energy centers in the middle, they're represented in the fingertips. So when you go through the process that Lynn has just walked us through, the motherly energy within us, which Shri Mataji described as the pure desire, she rises. And when she rises, she tries to fix any problems in each of these energy centers. When there is no friction, the Kundalini, the pure desire rises from where it is, at the bottom of the spine, and goes to the top. And if a certain energy center has no friction, then you feel the coolness in the corresponding fingertip. And if there is friction, you feel a bit of discomfort. Sometimes it's very hard discomfort, uncomfortable discomfort, and otherwise it's a little bit slight discomfort where you feel a bit of a stiffness.
A little bit of a ping or something.
So when we talk about being your own guru, right?
Yeah.
You become your own master in finding out your own problems. That's one way to see us being your own guru. So meaning, you do not need us or anyone else to tell what issues you have with your own subtle system, if you desire so. So you become your guru or master, and you also become your own student, because
Yes.
you learn.
Yes. So you're becoming a split personality, basically.
In some ways. So what we could do now is just, perhaps we'll skip the foot soak.
Yeah, we might we'll give you some more information next week
Sweet.
about foot soaking in particular, but we might run out of time if we try to do too much.
What time is it, Lynn?
Fair question, 5 to 7.
5 to 7, all right. So once again, just observe what you're feeling on your fingertips. Let's do this process of raising Kundalini and then do the clearance a bit.
Yeah.
So we might run over time by 5 minutes. So this is what is called the process of raising your Kundalini. So you put your left hand in front of you and you raise it up to the top of the head and make a knot. And you do that again. The right hand goes around inside out. Make 2 knots. You do that again. Third time. 3 knots. Now you create a protection around your whole body. So that's one. That counts as one horseshoe, and 2, and you keep doing like that for 7 times. 4, 5, 6, 7. Now bring both your hands, close your eyes, drop your right hand towards the ground, attention above your head, and in your heart you can ask, Mother, please clear all the problems in my left channel. important thing is to have your attention above your head. Mother, please clear my left channel. You do this, when you do this at home, you raise your kundalini like we showed, and then you clear your left hand, left channel. And how long do you do it for? So you do it as long as you need. So you're your own master, so you can decide for yourself. The things to look for is, let us say I started this and one of my fingers on the left hand was having a discomfort. You continue clearing your left hand until that discomfort goes away. That's how long you do it for. But in your heart, you have to ask your Kundalini with a very humble, pure desire for clearing the left channel. So you say, Mother, please clear my left channel. Mother, please clear my left channel. We're asking for clearing the left channel of all its problems. Mother, please clear my left channel. Now we put our right hand back to the lap.
It's feeling very cool now.
On the left, yeah. So now we clear the right channel. And right channel is the channel that makes us go, go, go. So it's perfectly normal that we go to work, come back home, the brain is still going. That's when you know that your right channel needs to cool down. Then to clear the right channel, we put our left hand like a chimney with the fingertips pointing towards the ceiling. Just a memory tip is that whatever channel you're clearing, that stays on the lap. That hand stays on the lap. So here you ask again, with your attention on top of the head, addressing the motherly energy within you. Mother, please clear my right channel of all the problems it has. And you say this several times in your heart. After you receive your self-realization, every request you make becomes a prayer. Mother, please clear my right channel. Put your left hand on the lap. And with your attention above your head, you can say, Shri Mataji, thank you for giving us our self-realization. Please establish my self-realization. Shri Mataji has given us the self-realization. Now it is for us to practice it every day to strengthen our experience. So now let's sit quietly for a couple of minutes with our attention on top of the head. Every time you get a thought that is trying to take your attention away from top of the head, you can say, Mother, please establish my self-realization. You can say that in your own hearts. Without moving your hands, observe what you're feeling on your palms. Just compare this, the current experience on your hands, with how you're feeling before. The same with above your head. How does the top of your head feel? You don't have to move your hands, just have your attention and you'll know. Slowly open your eyes. Friends, if you felt the complete peace and lack of thoughts, that means you achieved your self-realization. And all you have to do is practice at home. But that should be it for today, Lynn.
Very nice. Thank you, Clara. And thank you, everyone here and everyone online.
Do you have any questions you want to ask?
There was a problem with Zoom, and nobody could log in, nobody could Zoom in. So setting was something. So changed it now at the last moment and sent a message around to people who are logging. So Roya is coming, Sarah is coming. That was 5 minutes before.
Okay, we might apologize for that.
Yeah, very sorry about the Zoom situation. Apparently you were not able to log in. We will rectify that during the week, and next week it'll be super. No. If anyone has any questions, please ask, or feedback.
There's a question.
Oh, excellent. We do love to have a question.
What is the question?
Roy, I really enjoyed the talk. So that was a very good talk. Do you remember offhand the details of the talk? Where it was and when? Actually, I think I can find it for you. Roy, a good question. That was...
It's Carl Jung Center, New York.
yeah. Let me just open it. That was a bad move. Doesn't.
I can tell the title pretty quickly.
Yeah, we're getting the details for you.
Do we have Roya's details?
Good, you enjoyed the meditation as well, Roya. Thank you for the feedback. That info's coming up. Our super tech guy is getting it right now. I do have a little bit of music, which I will play while we wait for the details to come.
You know, Lynn, you should talk about the Learn Sahaja Yoga website.
Oh.
LearnSahajaYoga.org.
Yes, there is a very good website. Literally, LearnSahajaYoga.org. I will write it in the chat also for our Zoom people. So any details of anything that you might want, you can also have a little scout around there. LearnSahajaYoga.org. So to be www.LearnSahajaYoga, have I spelled it correctly? .org, yes. Quite simple to remember. LearnSahajaYoga.org, and you might be interested in it. Have a little look. The other thing is also the WhatsApp group. If you're not already in our WhatsApp groups on our website, you will be able to join that. I think if you join WhatsApp on the freemeditation.com.au, don't forget the AU, anywhere in that website, if you press the green join WhatsApp group, you come into the Learn to Meditate group B. So if you happen to be on YouTube and you would like to receive short daily meditations, morning and evening, then you will have access to those. The other thing we want to do next week is we do post a foot soak meditation or a foot soak session each day, only 10 minutes of time, minimum or maximum. It's up to you how long you do it for, but it can be as short as 10 minutes. And we're going to show you next week how to do the foot soak, which we will organise. Often we do it and we get you to bring everything you need for a foot soak and we do it all together. It does take a bit of time doing that though. So we thought maybe we'll just show you next week. And if you all want to do a collective foot soak, we can, you'll know what to do then, and we'll say, bring your buckets, we're doing a foot soak, and then we can all do it. So that's the plan at least.
So Lynn, can you access your email from there?
I can.
So how will
Which email?
your Gmail, Lynn was there 7.
Okay.
So I just sent you the talk that we played today.
Oh.
So you can copy paste that for Roya.
Yeah. We'll
You can do it straight away.
Yep, do it for you, Roya, in Zoom.
Perhaps you can put it in the WhatsApp group.
We'll also put it in the WhatsApp group in case you're on YouTube and not Zoomy. I'm sure there's quite a few of you who are not Zoomy. Great, thanks, Vara, I've got that. So I will now copy it and post it into Zoom, and we'll put it in the WhatsApp groups as well. Posted without sending it, the first note, sent that now. Oh, put your whole email, sorry. Okay, we've got just the link going in there as well. That is the link to the learnsahajayoga.org website and the talk we had, I hope. No, it's not, is it? Hang on. Is that the talk, Vara, or is that... oh, yes, he got it. You got the talk from the learnsahajayoga website.
That is it. That is the talk, yeah.
Ah.
No, I got it from Amrita.
But you've put it there. Okay. No. All is well. I will not try to think about it because we're thoughtless here.
There we go, yeah. All right, we're over time. So
been chitting and chatting too long. Thank you so much for joining us.
Surrender has something.
We have a raised question here. Yes, please.
Are there any other online collective meditations?
Oh, absolutely. Thank you, Royfield. Thank you. Yes. So we've got the beginners and regulars, which is this one. I'll give you the link for all the online sessions. There's that on the website. I have a link. Online. So everything is on the website. It's just a matter of finding it. All online courses. It's coming. And I am now posting the link to that spot in Zoom.
Chat, yeah.
Very high tech today, very high tech.
All right, any more questions? Should we make it a close?
You are allowed to ask more questions even though we're about to close. Is that the right link I posted in? Online 2. I wonder why it's online 2. Which is online 2. Oh. Oh. So not only are there lots of online courses, they're all in different languages as well. Right.
That's a good one.
I think we've got the right thing there. We'll also put it in the WhatsApp groups, and I guess we should let you go. Thank you very much, everyone. I am going to put on a lovely piece of music that I found and wanted to play for you. And just as as we depart, we will have this nice little.
All right. Good night,
music.
everyone.
Should I happen to find it? Where'd it go? I lost it. That's not it. That's not it. Where is it? Yes, it is. Here it is.
Of the week.
Good night, everyone.